Good morning. I'm out on a hike this morning. I'm going up to that spot that I like. I feel like good things come from there. I'm right across from the old man and the pillar. I'm hiking up. I want to talk about the twin flame journey and where I am at on it. I feel like the twin flame journey keeps initiating us in the places that we still have work to do. And it keeps on reflecting ourselves back to ourselves, but with intensity. So when it reflects our good points back to us, it's exuberating. Is that a word? Where it just makes you feel like you're alive, and you can see your good points and the points that you like about yourself and the things that you are in alignment with. And then it reflects back to you also the places that you are out of alignment with your soul. Because this connection is a soul connection and we're connected at source, then the only way that we can be in each other's company, I'm not even going to say like unity or a couple, be in each other's company, is once each of us goes back to that source alignment, because otherwise the connection just can't be made. Otherwise the connection hurts and it keeps on propelling us back down into to do the work, to do the work, to do the work. So this whole separation that happened between him and I happened because of jealousy, my jealousy. And I understand jealousy, and I've never considered myself to be a jealous person. Never. I've always considered, even during my marriage or during other relationships, I've always thought of myself as easygoing and not really a jealous person, because I've always understood it. I've always been able to make sense of it. And I've always understood that jealousy is falsity. I've even done some videos here about jealousy, explaining the different types of jealousy and about jealousy. So I can understand it well in my mind. But still, I fell into that pitfall, and I feel like I was kind of set up. But that's regardless. That doesn't matter. That's just what matters is that it came to the surface. It doesn't matter how it came to the surface. Me saying I was set up is kind of like blaming. Oh, it would have never come up if I wasn't set up, but it would have come up. It would have come up in nature of ways. If I have jealousy within me and I'm jealous, then it would have come up eventually, regardless of how it came up at this time. So that is my reflection and my self-work now to be doing, is working on my jealousy. And jealousy is a form of insecurity. So when you're working on jealousy, right, and this is one of my core wounds. This is one of my deepest. I've gotten to the sludge down at the bottom of the pit. That's why it's so symbolic that that day, the last day that we were that we were together, we went diving, and I went down into the bottom of this pit, and in the sludge of it, it was just so symbolic and so appropriate. And for this last, today is Thursday, so it's getting close to 2 weeks, this separation between us. And in the beginning, I was mainly focusing on the pain of the loss, and talking a lot about the pain and sitting in the pain and understanding the pain, and putting a lot of my focus on the pain because it was so intense. That's really where, you're kind of, the pain is so intense that it overbears everything. It's almost like it is the pain is life hindering, to where you almost feel like you're, what is the word when you freeze, like you can't move because it's so intense, like crippling. The pain is crippling, and it's so intense that it takes over everything. And that's also part of poor me, and not taking power, right? This twin flame journey, it sure does. It's like it sure does what's the word? Where it's always it's always changing. It's always like it's in movement, in constant movement. So in the last couple of days, I've really just been throwing myself into my work, just putting myself completely into my work, still in the pain, but just keeping movement, cleaning. Yesterday I got, well, not quite cleaning, I should say. I woke up this morning with a sink full of dishes, which one of my things that I've been trying to do is trying to make sure that my sink is clean at the end of the day. But I did get home kind of late yesterday. I got 5 boxes out to Amazon yesterday, and I feel really good about that. And today I'm going to be doing more. Right here is that nest. I'm right at that nest, the hornet nest, walking through it. So when you're connected with nature, you become like a fluid part of nature. And the animals don't mind you walking, right through their nest, or when you're connected. So this morning I woke up and I had this like realization and like this determination, this new determination, this jealousy thing that caused it. Forget about blaming how it came out to be. I was set up, I was this, I was that. It doesn't matter. It's in me. And something that I realized this morning, as soon as I woke up, I had this sentence going through my head, is that jealousy cannot be worked on. And well, it can be, but jealousy needs to be worked on from the side. It's indirectly. Because what jealousy is an insecurity in myself. What jealousy is not seeing my own self-worth. If I am jealous, it means that I'm afraid of losing that person. It means I'm trying to control somebody else. I'm trying to control somebody else's experience. It's somebody supposedly that I love, right? If I love somebody, then I want them to, if I truly, truly love somebody, I want them to experience life to its fullest. I want them to go out and meet different people. I want them to enjoy all the different aspects of life, right? I'm not trying to hold them in place so that they will be with me. That is insecurity. And so really, to work on jealousy, you have to work on your own self-security and self-worth. So we're coming back down to self-love and non-attachment, which, if you've been watching my videos, you know that non-attachment is coming back to the soul level. Non-attachment is not attaching to anything in the physical realm, and not attaching to any kind of idea, not attaching to the way that outcomes, the way that things should be. And that's the ultimate rising on the spiritual awakening, is a rising above attachment. There's people down in the valley, so I'm going to pause this for a minute. I'm also going to get a hold of myself and drink a little bit of coffee. Just a minute. They passed. So if I take the pain out of it, right, this twin flame journey is all about my own spiritual awakening. It is an opportunity for me to get to soul level. And to get to soul level is total freedom in this 3D world. It's becoming free to just be inside of this body. Yesterday I just worked all day, and all day long I made a video in the morning that wasn't connected to the twin flame. I wasn't putting my focus on it, but all day long I was in like this grumpy mode, I might say. And I've been a week without a fridge, and they brought the fridge yesterday, and the guy that brought it, I'm focusing on good, so I really don't want to put out there, but it was I think I don't remember the last time that I felt such rage like come up in me. It takes a lot. I was already grumpy from the morning and I was hot and I was working from the morning getting those boxes ready because when they brought the fridge, I was going to go to the post office, which I did in the end. And then I went up to my daughter's to pick up all of her Amazon things. She gave me her Amazon business. See, this Providence thing is like amazing. When you let go and you trust and you do your God's work and you trust that you're going to be provided for, it comes in such mysterious ways. My daughter she opened a pub and a dog pension, and her businesses are going really well. And before that, she had an Amazon business and she hasn't been able to keep it up. And it's small in comparison to her new businesses. And so she just said, Ema, come and get it. Ema is mom in Hebrew. Said, Ema, just come and get all my stuff and take over my whole Amazon business. So it gives me also a little bit more of what to like busy work, even though I do want to put my time into doing new things and creating new things because the busy work is kind of boring for me. I like creation. Um, but that was a good thing. So yesterday I was kind of in this mode and when that fridge guy came, I haven't felt that. I don't even know how long it's been. I felt just rage come up where it comes up and it rises through your neck where you just feel like this bubble of rage. I haven't felt that in, I think, years. Um, and it was a good thing to feel. Okay, so I'm going to pause this because I have a call coming in. So, okay, so that was an interesting call. It was basically somebody contacting me, an acquaintance that I met maybe once, contacting me for me to relay a message to a woman that lives in the States. They both live in the States. And I guess I'm the only common contact between them. And he wanted me to relay her his number in the States. So that was kind of funny, but I'm glad to do it. It's funny how things like that work. I guess that's my God's work, right? So yesterday I was pretty much a shambles. Um, I don't know about saying I was a shambles. Yesterday I was just kind of gloomy all day. I had no patience. I was just in it. I was just in it. I was just sitting in the sludge. And I was working all day, just keeping my focus on getting ammo, keeping my focus as well as I could, and getting those boxes out and getting inventory ready. And I put in an order in the morning um, to the printers, and by the afternoon it was already ready. And so I went by the printers, and I went and I got myself a new camera stick that I lost. I need to just buy a stock of them. And I went to the post office and then I went straight up to my daughter's and I have a carload full still of all of her Amazon things. And so on the way back from her, it was already evening. I just had a complete breakdown. I just cried and cried and cried and cried. And this morning I woke up with kind of like this determination. And my twin and I have never been in a romantic relationship. It was always just a friendship. And he has always made it very clear and always kind of held me away from him. So the jealousy thing is not relevant with him in any case. It's not relevant. And and this jealousy thing, if I want to get back to, I was playing the hurt card and going through all of that, but this is an opportunity. This jealousy thing If I want any kind of meaningful relationship in my life, which I do, then I need to get over the jealousy, regardless of if it's jealousy towards him or jealousy towards a different partner that I'll have. I remember in my relationships, even my husband was extremely jealous. And I see how it hinders relationships, and I see how it made my life so small. I was married to him, well, on paper for 20 years, but I left after 17 years. And it made my life so small. It made it to where I wasn't free. I was always looking over my shoulder. I wasn't free to talk to whoever I wanted to talk to. I wasn't free to, be open and loving and give my gift to the world. I was always with there was always like this doomsday hanging over me of his jealousy. And in relationships that I had before that, even in my childhood, my teenage years, I had a boyfriend for 4 years, and he was super jealous, super jealous. His jealousy was even more dominating than my husband's, I think. My husband's jealousy, it kind of came under. It was like this under rage, and he would wait for me, and if he got jealous, it would be like he would jab me from underneath. With my previous boyfriend, he would just fight with me constantly about jealousy, and it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. And I realize that it's insecurities, and I see what it does to relationships. It like puts it it completely ruins relationships. Jealousy does. Whether it's outwardly spoken or the person is sitting on it and holding it inside, it's energetically, it's there. It hinders the other person from being a full expression of themselves. It makes the other person's life smaller. It makes your own life smaller, and it also ruins the relationship from inside, because when you're jealous, you're not freely open with that person in free conversation. You're not being an open book. You're holding a grudge. You have it in you, and it's coming out. Your aggressions are coming out in many different ways, even if you don't notice that they are. So regardless, this is my self-work. That's what this twin flame relationship is about. It's about projecting back to me places that I need to do my self-work. So in any case, regardless if in the future it's going to be a relationship with my twin flame, which that I've already realized that I have to just let go. I can't hold on to that, because holding on to that is it's like paradoxal. It's a paradox. Holding on to it is keeping it from me, and I have to completely let it go and to um, allow it to not even be in existence, not even keep hope of it, not trying to keep it alive in any way, because keeping hope of it is still holding on to it. It's still not letting it go and not releasing it. And if you don't release it, it can't come back to you. But you can't release it so that it will come back to you, because that's not releasing it. You have to just release it. Release it all the way and allow your twin. I mean, it's not even allowance. Who are you to even allow somebody else to do something? That's this whole trying to hold on to somebody. And it all comes back to releasing attachment, releasing attachment, releasing attachment. When I can fully release my twin flame, I can fully release anything. I will be on top of the world, and I'll be standing in my full power. And this jealousy thing, so I am determined to come at it from all the different directions. And the first, just like in any kind of addiction or any kind of behavior, the first step is admitting. So here I am, I'm admitting I have it in me. And even though, I always say, this is my patting myself on the back, trying to belittle it, but I have it in me. Otherwise, it wouldn't have come out. That was a really crappy thing of me, and a behavior that I don't want. And also, it says so much about me. It doesn't say anything about him. It says so much about me. It says that I'm insecure. It says that I'm controlling. It says that I am attached. That means that I'm not in full experience of my own life. That means I am trying to experience my life through attachment to somebody else. I'm hindering the other person that I say that I love, right? I'm hindering myself, because when you're attached and jealous, then you're not free to be over here experiencing life and just be having fun. You're over here stuck on this, it's like this little mind loop that you get stuck in, and it really, it makes your own life small too. And I don't want to be like that. And I remember what it's like to be on the other side of that, and I don't want to be doing that to anybody. And besides that, in order for me to rise fully into my power, then I need to overcome this. And so I decided I'm coming at this from all different directions. And I think that in the most part, to overcome jealousy, and this is something that I was thinking about this morning, is that to overcome jealousy, I have I have to come at it sideways. I have to come at it in the direction of building my own self-worth and knowing what I'm worth. And then jealousy will just fall out of my life. Because once I know what I'm worth, and once I see my once I am at my highest timeline, and once I am so sure of myself that there is no reason for jealousy, because if I know my own value, and somebody is in my life, anybody that's in my life, it is a privilege for them to be in my life. And if they see somebody else as wanting to go with somebody else, then let them go. I have so much going on in my life that I'm worthy of friendship regardless, and nobody else that comes in the picture is going to threaten that. And other people are also can be special and enlightened and interesting to be around. And I would also want my life partner to have interesting people in their lives that they're interested in being around, and that they want to do things with. And you know I am me, and every single person is unique, and every single person has different attributes, and every single person that I meet, I learn from. I can either learn from them in a positive way, or I can learn from them in, either they come at me with similarities that I can see myself in and that I get excited about, or they're like the fridge guy yesterday, that they ignite something in me that shows me a place, or at least allows me to feel the full range of my own emotions. That guy was something else. He was like a if he was like a zombie, but so far locked in that you couldn't he wasn't human anymore. You couldn't get through to him, even if you wanted to. There was like nothing human left about him. He was just pure zombie greed. There are so many flies here. They're just like all over me, sticking on me. And so I want to talk about, so this jealousy thing. I woke up this morning. I am determined. It's like this new, it's like this new power in me. It's like this determination to overcome this determination to rise above it. It's first of all admitting that I know what it is. I can see it. And the more I get stuck in these jealousy loops, the more power I give to the jealousy, and the more I legitimatize the jealousy. So it's like you have to take your focus off of the jealousy. You have to see it for what it is. And then every time I feel it, say, wait a minute, this is false. Because if I'm standing in my full power, and I know exactly what my worth is, and I am worthy, and knowing that somebody else is going to want to be in my life because of the person that I am, then nobody else threatens my place my place with anybody else. And somebody else is coming through the valley, so I'm going to stop this because this valley echoes, and then I don't feel free. So I'm going to stop it. I'm going to collect myself a little bit more, because I want to talk a little bit more about the twin flame journey and this determination and giving up the chasing energy. I feel like that is dissipating it, and instead of it is coming in like this like gumption, this complete like determination to get myself out of this financial situation, just to work myself out of it, and to get myself into, I already see my site as I want to go ahead and build it. And I can see um, ways that I want to grow. And so I'm feeling like this new, like burning sensation inside me, which is a determination, first of all, to hack out this jealousy thing and to do my self work in those places. And hacking out this jealousy thing is really, it's not just taking care of the jealousy. It's like going in and really digging deep and pulling out so much more than that. It's bringing myself into self security and um, knowing my own self worth and releasing attachment. And there's so much in this. You see, you find one place where you're in error in thought, and it goes deep down, and you have to take care of like so many different aspects in order to fix that one thing. You see where it's anchored in. So when you find a behavior that is a false behavior, and you find where it is coming out of, then you can go straight to source and you can fix its source. And then it frees you of, first of all, it's going to free me of the jealousy, but not only of the jealousy, I'm sure there's going to be so many other things that fall away with the rising into my soul seat, rising it back into the soul level. It'll release so many other things. That's why you really do need on this twin flame journey some time to yourself. See, the pain is what makes all of this crap float to the top. So you go through all this pain, and then you get so sick of yourself in the pain. But the pain floats everything to the top. It brings all the gludge and grime to the surface so that you can see it and you can sort through it. And then once you're able to get over the pain a little bit and see a little bit clearer, it's like the clouds are clearing a little bit, these pain clouds. And once you really cry through it, like yesterday, I just really had at it. And crying really is a release. It releases the pain. It releases so much. I can feel that I have more pain in me, and that in order to overcome this, I'm going to need to cry some more. But that's why this is a process, because now that I found this place and I've become determined to go in and fix these errors, um, I really do see that I need the time to myself in order to, because it's a shifting. Even if when you find these things in you and you bring them to the surface and you start working on them and you start hacking away at them, you still, there's a time, you've been this way your whole life. So there's a time of shifting. There's a time of coming into your new self and new realizations. And as you go through life, things are going to come up, and and it's going to be relevant to what you just repaired in yourself. So, behaviors are addictions. You tend to have the same behaviors in the same situations, and some of these behaviors are set on these false core beliefs. And so as you're fixing your core beliefs, these behaviors, as they come up, they're going to start hitting you as false, and you need time to shift into this new way of thinking, this new way of being, until it really sits in. And then you have to take yourself for a trial run. You have to, well, I would say first I'm going to take myself for a trial run in my mind over and over and over, which means, it's just like trauma. You revisit the trauma over and over and over and over until the trauma just becomes normalcy. So that's how you overcome trauma. You realize it, you realize how it has affected you, you overcome it, kind of. You fix your emotions and align your emotions and your thought. And then you just have to revisit the trauma over and over and over and tell yourself the new story every time. Tell yourself the new story until that becomes normalcy, and until the trauma doesn't affect you emotionally. It just becomes the story of your past. And it just becomes like my alcoholism. When I was going through alcohol therapy, my therapist told me, one day you're going to come out of this, and you're going to tell the whole world that you were an alcoholic. It's going to become your strength. And I didn't believe her. I was so ashamed of my alcoholism. I didn't believe that I would ever that I would ever openly talk about it. And here I am. It is, it's you revisit it. It becomes such a knowing in you, and it becomes just a normalcy and just a story of your life, and something that you have, that you become an expert in, and that you can speak about freely, and you can help others also overcome by the understanding of it. I like that I'm doing these videos because these videos are really a progression. You can really see this whole spiritual awakening, and the twin flame journey is a spiritual awakening. And so you can also see what the twin flame journey is, but you can also see what a spiritual awakening looks like along the steps of the way, and things that we have to overcome. And there's so much pain also in the spiritual awakening and the twin flame journey. And the thing is that we are all connecting and coming together, but the pain in it is individual, because each of us have different things that we have to overcome, that we have to come over. We each have our own inner demons. We each have the things that have formed our beings, and the things that are in error in us, that we have to fix in order to rise up to our soul level. So each of us has our own individual path, but we can gather strength from others. And a lot of the things that we're working on are similar energetically. They're the similar projections of there's similarities. Maybe the actual work isn't exactly the same, but watching me go through my work and doing my work can show kind of like a structure on how work is done. So for instance, like this morning, that I was able to really realize, without the, I have the pain, of course, but the pain's not attached to it. That all of a sudden I really realize, oh, wait a minute, I need to do work on this jealousy thing. Instead of just feeling the pain, and blah, 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 I need to do work and actually go in, not just sit here and do work and wait for time to pass so that the pain will pass. That's not it. I need to do the work. I need to come at this from every single direction that I can, to be able to let this go, because I can't have any kind of meaningful relationship in my life with jealousy. It's not pure self-love either. If I have jealousy, it's going to come out in any relationship that I have. And I certainly want a relationship that allows me and my partner to be in full Monty, like full expression and full living life to the fullest, full freedom. I don't want a relationship that the other partner's a-okay with me being jealous and holding on to them, because that would just mean that it's hindering both of our experience. I'm happy that my twin won't accept that from me. That would be him losing part of himself, which, who wants to be with somebody that is willing to lose part of their own self? Not me. When I really look at it, okay, so I'm upset about the losing the friendship or whatever. It's not even a romantic relationship, so it's not like, if it's in there, it's in there. And if it's in there, it's work that I have to do. So right now, this is my self-work. And in this self-work, overcoming this jealousy, there's so many different aspects of it. And really overcoming this is going to bring me back to core level. Overcoming any kind of jealousy means that I'm coming back into my own self-worth and my own self-love. And only when you truly love yourself can you love another. I've already know this. I already figured this out. I have this explained in other videos. And so I'm excited about this. I'm excited. I still have the pain in me. But what I realize is that the pain is there until you do the work. Once you do the work and you overcome it, the pain dissipates, because the pain is there to teach you. The pain is there when you're off, when you're back on, when you are aligned with your soul. There is no pain. Pain is of the human nature. When you're at soul level, then you're free to have a full expression in this human form, and there is no pain. The soul is an experiencer, and it's a clean and clear experiencer of this life. So I've decided to come at this from all different directions. Come at this directly. That means intensify it. Intensify it means that I'm going to put every single scenario in my mind that I can think of, um, and just think of them, as they come up, and just allow myself to think of them and to feel, feel the emotions until I become numb of them, and I am also going to be coming at this sideways. Every time that some kind of jealousy comes up, I'm going to be telling myself the new story and understanding what it is. And I started doing affirmations this morning. Hopefully, I will remember. If I don't, write to me in the comments to put the video of these affirmations that came up to me this morning from Louise Hayes. It's a 15-minute morning affirmation, and it's wonderful. Wonderful for self-worth and empowerment. And I really, really, really suggest doing it. It's 15 minutes. And if you don't have time to do the 15 minutes, then you need to do a lot longer than 15 minutes. This morning I was thinking when I got up, I was, ever since this chasing dissipated, I feel like I have way, way, way more time because there's nothing nagging at me. Today I do have a party in the evening of a friend that lives in the States. He's Israeli and he comes twice a year. And he lives in the States, and he's doing a party this evening. So I'm going to a party and I'm going to dance. I am going to dance. I'm going to let go. And also, I want to get a package out to Amazon. I still have more print that I need to pick up. And so I got up this morning and I did, first of all, those affirmations came up first thing. I've never seen them before, those ones. I know her, Louise Hay, and I love her. And she does a really good affirmations. I also want to put together a series of affirmations. And I want to put on this, I want to do a series of, I want to do affirmations also for myself, but also for whoever else is dealing with jealousy, of overcoming jealousy. A whole maybe 15 minutes of affirmations that are specifically overcoming jealousy, which is bringing yourself back to self-love. But I found her affirmations and I did them this morning. It's 15 minutes. I did it right before my meditation, and I was thinking to myself, wow, this is the kids are off from school because it's holiday season here in Israel. We're coming into Sukkot at the end. There was Yom Kippur, and now we're coming into Sukkot at the end of the week. So they have like 2 weeks off of school, so I don't have to get them out in the morning. But in any case, when we go back into school, I just get up earlier so that I can do my meditation before I get into my day. So there's more people coming down the valley. I guess because people are off of school and the weather's a little bit nicer now. Everybody's out on vacation because of the holidays. This is my first jar of coffee, my first cup of coffee. And so this morning I added an extra 15 minutes into my schedule, and then I did my meditation, and I was, and then this jealousy thing came up, and I wanted to talk it out. And I really love this place that I've been coming to, because I kind of sit back. It's kind of inlaid under this bluff, and it really does. I feel like I'm in a womb somehow, and there's something really relaxing about being. It's almost like I feel secure and protected, and just pure energy from these stones have been here. Yeah. Jesus walked through this valley. This would have been the valley from Galilee up to the Hermon Mountain. So this would have been the route up to Tzfat, so for sure Jesus walked right through here, because he is placed in the Galilee, and then in the Gospels, and then he is placed up in Caesarea Philippi, which is way up at the foot of the Hermon Mountain. So he would have traveled through this. This would have been the obvious route. This would have been this would have been the route. And especially with this pillar right here, say the pillar. Everything is so symbolic when you get on this twin flame journey. Um, so I remind me if I don't put the link, remind me to put the link. I'll try to remember to put the link in the comments. And I really suggest doing that. And I was thinking to myself, you know, well, what? I'm going to go and I'm going to, because to hike here, I have to drive. It's like a 2-minute drive, but I still have to drive, but it's still getting myself out. And I was thinking, what? I have all this work that I want to do. And what? You're going to go on a hike now. And it's already a little bit late because you took it a little bit longer. And then I thought to myself, this is the life that I want. If I want a life where I can go out and I can hike and I can do, this is my God's work, doing these videos and working through myself, by doing this video, by talking through this jealousy thing, it also gives me an anchor. First of all, it allows me to verbalize everything, all of the thoughts that I'm having. And as I verbalize them, they come through me and out for me. And I also get to help others that are going through the same thing to kind of realize what they're going through. And this is, that my main work here on planet Earth is to go through myself and come into my highest self and to raise the vibration of myself and humanity. We're all a network. And as I rise, we're all connected. So as I rise, I bring those that are around me or those that are connected to me through this plane, through the quantum field, which is also through these videos. I'm bringing their vibration up with me as I raise my vibration. So it's really rising, allowing humanity's vibration to rise, and also put an emphasis on what it really is important in life, and what really is, um, our work. Okay, we go out and we make money, but that is a means for our existence. We go out and we make money and we have to work, and people think that their whole life is work. Time is money. Go out and you have to be successful in the workplace. But really all money is an allowance that allows you to have a life that you want. And if you want to have a life that is worth living, then you want to be working through your own inner being and working through your emotions and working through your falsities so that you can live and lead a very happy life. And so that means that our work is the most important work. So self work before any other kind of work. Of course, we have to find the balance and be able to bring those things into harmony. So it is balancing this 3D world with our higher world or with our soul level. And that is the ultimate of spiritual awakening, is being able to balance this 3D existence along with your spiritual existence. And then you come into the ultimate life experience, being able to experience life to the fullest in every aspect. So that is, everything it meets at one point. So matter and your body and your spirit meet at one point. And when you're present in this point, which we are all part of, Rexy's down there and there's people going through the valley. We are all we all are energy, space, matter, and time. And all of these things come together and combine in one point. And so we are in this existence at that point. So when we bring ourselves present to this specific point, then we are in full Monty. We're like we're at our fullest, and we are at our best, most harmonious place, because we're in harmony with the body and the 3D, and we're in harmony with our soul and our spirit. So I think with this, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. So thank you for watching, and I'm sending you lots of love, and I'm in appreciation for all of the viewers that are watching me and that write into me and that express their goodwill towards me. And I'm also happy to hear um, that it is helping some of you make normalcy of this twin flame journey, which is just out of this world, mind boggling. So I really appreciate it. Thank you.